pre-reader, steps 1 and 2 book called Pop, Pop, Pop. What I'm going to do with these book videos is read through the book. That's the very first thing that you would do with the children, is read through the book. And then the next time you read it, you would emphasize the different rhyming words in this book, and there's a lot of other concepts in this book that also can be learned, which I will go through in the video after we've read the book. So this book, like I said, is called Pop, Pop, Pop. It is written by Russell Ginns and illustrated by Sean Finley. Sometimes it is good, obviously not every time you read the book, but it is good for the children to understand that there is an author, the author of the book, and an illustrator. That's the person who makes the pictures, draws the pictures, or paints the pictures in the book. Okay, so before I guess we get started, we need to, the very first thing every time before you read a book, you need to ask the children what they think the book is about. And just by looking at the picture, more than likely they'll say it is about a cat or it is about a pig and they're eating popcorn. Sometimes kids come up with funny things that they think that it's about, but that's okay because that is part of their learning process. So this very first page, I am pig and this is cat. It's popcorn day. We like that. Mom has a pan that she fills to the top. When it gets hot, pop, pop, pop. Munch, munch, munch. We just can't stop. Eat that popcorn, pop, pop, pop. Yum, yum, yum. Do you want more too? Mom pops more for me and you. We eat it up, but we still want more. Can we go to the popcorn store? Knock on the door of our favorite shop. We want popcorn, pop, pop, pop. Here's the box. I'll pour it in. Fill it up and let's begin. The popcorn's ready. We like this store. We eat it up, but we want more. Oh no, what happened? The machine won't stop. On and on. Pop, pop, pop. What a mess. It pops some more. It will fill the popcorn store. It's up to my ankles. It will not stop. It's up to my hips. Pop, pop, pop. It's up to my neck. It's up to my hat. Where is pig? Where is cat? That smells good. What's in that shop? I'll open the door and pop, pop, pop. So it's a very silly book. It's a book that the children will enjoy hearing and reading and looking at the pictures. So what they want you to do with this book is really emphasize the rhyming words in this book. So the next time you were to read the book to the children, you would read, I am pig and this is cat. It's popcorn day. We like that. And so then you would emphasize the word cat and the word that, and you would talk to them that those two words rhyme. And then you would go through the rest of the book again, still reading the story, but emphasizing the words that rhyme. She fills it to the top, pop, pop, pop. Again, throughout the whole story, I'm not going to read it all the way through again. So emphasizing the rhyming words will help the children understand what rhymes are. And then it suggests the next time that you read the book that the children, instead of you stopping when and explaining top and pop rhyme, see if the children can lift up their hands every time they hear rhyming words. So on this page, you would say, Mom has a pan that she fills to the top. When it gets hot, pop, pop, pop. And you would expect the children to lift their hand up when they hear pop, 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 because it rhymes with top, and they can actually say what pop rhymes with. And then it also suggests you can, when you're reading through, munch, munch, munch. We just can't stop. Eat that popcorn. And pause and see if the children can come up with pop, pop, pop for the rhyming word. It also suggests that anytime you hear or the children hear the pop, 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 that they may want to clap their hands. We have other words that are repeated, like munch, munch, munch. So that's something else that they can clap their hands at, munch, munch, munch. Then you can read it. Like this is something that I really want to emphasize, is that reading the books over and over and over again is a very important part of learning to read. So feel free to read it over and over and over again. Having the children understand rhyme is a really good thing. And then once you've completed, so I have this here in front of me as well. I showed you this in the other video. This is the information that it gives you on how to use this book. But then with all the work that I do with children, I often will take a book and I will take concepts out of that book that the children that I work with need help on. And so that's what I'm going to talk about now, the different ways that this book can be used in the classroom over and over and over again. So the concepts that I have found in this book, there might be more, but there are colors that can be talked about. You can talk about the concept of empty and full. When you get to the popcorn bowl, you can talk about road safety, location words, body parts, and emotions. So in here, all through the storybook, there are bright, brilliant colors. And so having these colors for the children to see, they'll be able to learn their colors better when we talk about. So in here, when we got to this page, when we're talking about colors, obviously the big part of this is green. We can talk about the butterflies. Outfit is pink. This page, obviously, this is kind of a peachy or salmon color, but we don't need to get too technical with that. But Fox has a yellow shirt on. So again, colors is a really good concept throughout this book and all the books that you can focus on, so that the children all know what all their colors are. Back on the page where here, oh, let me see, where's the empty bowl? Here is a full bowl and there's an empty bowl. So the concepts of full and empty, some of your children might already know those concepts, but if they don't, just pointing it out, or asking them the questions about the bowls. That will help. Road safety is back here when they're coming to Pop Shop. So here we can discuss that this is a stop sign. What does a stop sign mean? What color is a stop sign? We can talk about the importance before crossing the road of looking both ways before crossing a road, to be sure there's no traffic coming. So that's talking about road safety. Location words are words where you on top, under, in, beside, behind, those words. Some children don't understand those, and that it's important to learn those concepts so that when they're writing stories or when they're talking or when you're giving instructions on what to do, they will know that the hat is on top of his head, or maybe there's a rug underneath. And so there's all of those kind of location words. Hands are on top of his head. His bow tie is in front of his body. And then I know that you guys do body parts, but this is kind of another fun way. It's up to my ankles. The children can demonstrate how high the popcorn is popping and filling the store. It's up to my hips. And so they can do body parts with this one as well. Again, the last concept that I found in this book is emotions. So we've got a lot of emotions in this book. Obviously here they're delighted, they're happy. It's a fun experience for them. But here they're starting to maybe get a little bit afraid. It's getting up to their neck. They are a little bit concerned. Here he's concerned. And so there's just different emotions. Here, obviously, here's another opportunity to talk about being careful crossing the street as the hippo comes. The children could note that coming out of the chimney up in the air is popcorn, and that the shop is filling up with popcorn. Another thing that I do, a lot of the children I work with, they struggle with, we call it WH questions. So those questions are what, where, when, and who. And so every book, there is an opportunity for you to practice questions, asking specific children questions. For example, what is the story about? What is, in this one, what is pig and cat carrying? It's popcorn. Who is in the house? So that's a who question. It's Mama Cat. What color is the house? It's yellow. And I have listed on a document questions. I'll just quickly show it to you. I have listed a whole bunch of questions. Obviously, there's going to be more questions than just that, but that's just kind of to get you started on getting as much out of these books as you can. So it's not just what is listed here in the workbook. It is going to be, I really want you to go beyond what the workbook says. Obviously, we're going to learn rhyming with this book, but we can learn many, many other things with this book as well, even sharing. And that is it for Pop, Pop, Pop.